Hey, remember this what if? Yeah, I forgot about this what if. So today we could be continuing that. Anyway, let us begin. Now, I did say that the next saga will be Super Android 17. You may ask why. Well, here's one thing. At this point, the Pilaf gang will still be babies around the saga, and pretty much they will turn good because they're we have too much influence around the zfighter. So I mean, yeah, they will try to steal the Dragon Balls, but at this point, years has passed, like many years, and at this point, they're turning good people. So yeah, of course. At this point, let's talk about a year's past though, since the Black Star Dragon Balls never happened in the first place, and at this point, nobody's gonna be aware of that except for Dende and Popo. But to this day, the Black Star Dragon Balls will never be touched or suggested. Heck, not even nobody even knows about it anymore. At this point, Dende might forgot about it himself too. I mean, maybe he won't, but maybe he does. Who knows? So that arc is completely avoided. So that means Baby will never be created. Or maybe he would be, but he will still be processing for a long time. So let's talk about this saga for a moment before we start doing the saga. So at this year's Goku and Vegeta were continually training. Eventually, Goku's able to completely master his Ultra Instinct form after many years of training. He gets a white hair form, the Master Ultra Instinct form. However, it's called Ultra Instinct instead of Master because the manga said, we said this is the lower version, which to make Ultra Instinct a little bit weak, which I found out dumb, but hey, we'll call it Ultra Instinct from now on. And Moro, seeing Goku has the power of a god, he decided that he will train at least a little bit. He's not fond of training because he still thinks that training is for the weak in his head. But at this point, everyone did trust Moro slowly for those years because really he hasn't done anything bad at all. And that surprised everyone, which that Moro has actually turned a new leaf. Well, like I said, he still has some evil emotions in him. Well, not anymore. At least a little bit, not too much. So you could say that he's still an anti-hero. He haven't planned anything bad at all, so yeah. I did say his crew dies except him, so heck, he even was allowed to train in Beerus planet. So he's able to train with Whis and Goku and Vegeta too. Eventually, he has some able to go Ultra Instinct himself, but just like Goku in the tournament battle he used, he couldn't maintain that form a very long time. So he could only partially use it. So, yeah. Anyway, now let's go back to the saga. In the other dimension, it's about Dr. Gero. He's pretty much mad that his androids betrayed him just like that. And he also see more people. He saw Perfect Cells there. He saw King Piccolo, Deborah, Bombity, pretty much everyone that Goku and Vegeta defeated in their past self. Pretty much everyone has one goal. Everyone hated Goku and Vegeta. But mainly, Dr. Gero hated Goku the most. He even saw his old creations and his own rebel army, which one everyone's pretty much angry. So they all decided that they would try to plan something, but they cannot really do it since they're dead. However, Dr. Gero said he has one thing in mind that they could do and have the last chance against Goku. He's decided that he's going to create a machine that he knows that his Android 17 is probably still alive because he haven't seen him at all, including 18. So he was assuming that Android 17 and 18 are alive. And he decided that since Android 17 is the strongest, he was going to try to build another Android 17. He's going to use that Android to create a portal so they could go to the living world. Everyone smirks, saying that they might have a chance for revenge, which they're all pretty much looking forward to. It took Dr. Gero 2 years to build a new Android by himself because there's no Dr. Wheel or Dr. like I said, I don't know his name. Since Dr. Gero is by himself, he has to build it himself. Of course, this version of Android 17 will be much stronger because Bobbity He's gonna give this new Android 17 his magic, the borrow spit powers. He will even give Goku Black's powers. Yeah, Goku Black is also here too. And mostly Perfect Cell's DNA as well. Everyone smirks knowing that this plan will work. After that, the Android 17 and the island he's protecting, he suddenly feels strange. His head begins to hurt, and then his eyes turn red as both 17s created a portal as everyone from the other dimension begins to flee out, going to destroy every living things, trying to draw Goku's attention, which it does, including every zfighter. Uh-oh, this can't be good, they all said. Pretty much heck goes to lose. Cybermen's destroying cities, Nappa blowing up cities, even Babidi's minions are destroying cities as well, and people. Even the boys are spinning people. Right now, the person who's looking for Goku right now is Perfect Cell and Goku Black. These two, it's a weird team up, but hey, they were looking for Goku. As for Frieza, well, Frieza's not in the heck because you all know he's still alive. Every zfighters had to fight every villain they faced in the past, which is a good thing for Vegeta because Vegeta had his rematch against Goku Black, which he started fighting him, and he eventually overpowers him completely. Goten and Trunks team up to fight Dobora together by going Super Saiyans. Pan, she's fighting the Red Ribbon Army, the remains of them. As for Goku begins to fight someone like Copy Vegeta and other androids like 19. He remembers the old days, he fights them. But Piccolo even fights someone like his father, which they both have their talk until Piccolo said he's not like his father and he blasts him in the face, killing him instantly. We saw Oob fighting Cell Juniors. Of course, he didn't absorb Majin Buu like he did in canon because one, he doesn't have that situation, or Buu didn't suggest it because they didn't fight Baby. And speaking of Baby, he's isn't here, so that's also been completely avoided. And Majin Buu stays being himself, so good for Buu. Because to be honest, I don't want Buu to be absorbed or be combined with Oob. As much as Majin Buu's cool and all, but I like them being separate, in my opinion. So Oob is able to defeat the Cell Juniors pretty easily. As for Fat Buu, he begins to fight someone like 3 17s. Everyone is shocked seeing their original 17 and other 2 17s that have the same clothing as they were when they first met. Dr. Jerome revealed himself, laughing, saying that he has created 2 extra 17s in case if the plan didn't go out work. Of course, he able to control the 17 that wins in a tournament power, which everyone's pretty much shocked by this. Moro, he saw the fight his whole time. He didn't help out at all. He was just observing because he thinks he doesn't need to interfere at all unless really necessary. Besides, he is pretty interested in the androids. He pretty much wants to fight them after everyone's dealt with. After all, he wants to make a good interest. Yeah. So everyone begins to fight the 17s. However, these versions of 17s is pretty much stronger, especially the ones that they all knew and loved. For some reason, this version of 17 is way stronger. And so far as to scare it all, he just shot a blast at Krillin's chest, killing him, which just does anger Goku greatly, including 18. However, those 17s are just too powerful. Goku even used Ultra Instinct. He was pushed so far to use this form, which everyone's surprised by this too. Even Moro. Are these androids really that powerful that they're able to push Goku to using that incomplete version of Ultra Instinct? Moro is now even more impressed and intrigued, in fact. At this point, Dr. Jerome realized that 17 might have a little issue, so he commands the 3 of them to fuse, as they did so, becoming Super Android 17. And this really turns the tables a lot. which Goku had to use his master form, or the regular Ultra Instinct form. And even with that, he does do slightly better. Imagine just like a Goku versus Jiren Ultra Instinct battle. However, the only thing is that 17 has this big advantage due to him absorbing energy. But not only that, he has Babidi's magic, which he can manipulate the battlefields. Even Boo went transformed to the Grand Kai trying to support Goku and Vegeta. But even that is still not enough. Before Android 17 can even get a chance to kill one of them, someone blocks their way, and it's Moro. Moro said he saw everyone have their fun, now it's his turn. He wants to have a chance to fight. Everyone is surprised Moro is actually going to help them, which Moro cracked his knuckles, saying he's going to enjoy this. As right now, 17 is just laughing, saying he's invincible. What can he do? He begins to fire a blast, which Moro absorbed the blast. 17 surprised. Oh, he could absorb energy too, huh? This is going to be fun. The two begins to fight each other, blow after blow. Imagine this battle being like Ultra Instinct Goku versus Ultra Instinct Moro. However, in this version, Moro has trained, so that means he's able to maintain the Ultra Instinct form. So that means when one gets hit, he doesn't go fat like Fat Boo or be puffed like you know what I mean. I find it ridiculous funny. You should watch the manga or read it, whatever. Moro is beginning to have the advantage slowly because he has his own magic to deflect 17's magic, which Moro's magic is far greater than Babidi's. Speaking of Babidi, yeah, he was killed by Fat Boo once again. Perfect Cell was defeated by Goten, and by Goten Trunks becoming Gotenks and finishing him off with a galactic donut and a dimension barrage. Honestly, everything's are dying slowly. And Vegeta, well, he gets to kill Nappa twice. What about Raditz? Well, Raditz, being the coward he is, he didn't fight at all. He just fly off away. No one did sense him because he's too weak at this point and no one can really sense his energy. Besides, he's not that of a threat. Even someone like Yamcha could take care of him. Even Chaoshu could. That's how much weak he is. Literally everyone could beat him up by breathing. Moro and Super 17 battle still continues, and the more battle they going, the more better Moro's getting better control of his Ultra Instinct. He's getting way better the more they fight. Which Moro begins to taunt 17 too. Is this really all he got? If so, Moro's pretty much disappointed. He was hoping he'd have a better fight. 17 gets angry. He even powered up a shocking death ball, which Moro just smirks. What a fool he is. He could absorb that power. However, 17 wants to aim at Moro. He aims at the earth, which everyone's shocked. Moro doesn't really care about the earth. He still thinks that's a dumb move to his opinion. And besides, he could just block that. He put a barrier down where the title will land at, and the shocking death ball exploded. Moro just saved the earth, which does confuse Vegeta a lot. He needs to stop worrying about Moro anymore. He actually does turn to a new leaf, but still, he will surpass Moro. Super 17 tried to land a punch, which Moro catches it, and he tells him one last thing: he already lost. Moro punched him in the face, which suddenly they defuse. All three 17s fall to the ground, as the original one has got his senses back together. Dr. Jerome, still seeing this battle, is shocked. What the heck just happened? Vegeta just he remembers that Moro did grab his neck, copying all his abilities. Ah yes, the Force Vision Spirit. Why didn't he think about that? I mean, after all, it's been a while since he used that technique. He pretty much probably forgot about that move. He should have used that from the start. Even that, how did Moro didn't use it from the start either? He doesn't question it. Moro doesn't shrug this off. He begins to finish the other 270 off with his special beam cannon. After all, he still have Piccolo, Gohan's, and Vegeta's abilities. Because remember in part 1, he still grabbed Vegeta's neck and still Big Bang him attack, but it doesn't kill him though. So right now the 270s are dead. As for the original one, you know the one who protected the park and stuff, the island, yeah, he's still alive and it's gonna be fine. As for Dr. Jerome, he has nowhere to run. Every Z fighter surrounding him. And right now, Vegeta will do the honors. He grabbed Dr. Jerome by the neck, he throw him in the air, and then he fired a Gallic gun, vaporizing Dr. Jerome right there and then. Everyone celebrates. As for Moro, he already is gone, which everyone wants to thank him, but he just left. Went back to going around Earth, being alone. Everyone went to use the Dragon Balls to fix everything that happens. However, when they did, instead of Shenron coming out, Black Smoke Shenron did. And this is where we leave this part off. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. I mean, if you wanted to, you don't have to. But if you want to show support, you could. But hey. Also, since we're here, let's talk about the manga real quick, since I have a few minutes to spare. Pretty much, Granola uses Dragon Balls and his planet, and he becomes the strongest in the universe. However, there's a condition. He only could live for 2-3 years because of that. As for Vegeta, he learns Hakai. And the Heaters will try to find Goku and Vegeta to fight Granola, since Granola's going to be in their way for their plans. And which I am really curious. Will Goku and Vegeta will fight Granola? Will Granola actually get his revenge? Let's find out.